Your shirt looks like some. It kind of looks like. You ever
It
seen?
looks like the salsa verde that they put avocado in.
No, that would be more crema. Based, not too much avocado. It kind of looks like Trix yogurt. Did you ever get the Trix yogurt? The one that had like all the funky colors. I used to love that fucking yogurt. Did you know that Go-Gurt is just regular yogurt in tube? Did you?
No.
It is. It's just like you could just buy regular yogurt, but Go-Gurt is for kids. Like so they think they're slurping that shit. You know what I mean? But it's just regular yogurt. It's just a different packaging.
Yeah, that's smart.
Yeah. Mind blown. Marketing, advertising. What's up, you guys? How are you guys doing today on this January 18th of 2021? Man, I already talked about this, but it does not feel like a new year to me. But it's whatever. How are you?
I'm good. I'm chilling.
Are you just vibing today?
Yeah, it's all vibes.
You mentioned you woke up at 5:30 in the morning. You're wild, dude.
Le tengo que ganar al gallo.
You walk out and the guy was like, "Bro, what are you doing up?
Yeah.
What are you doing up to?"
It's like,
yeah.
Hey, what the fuck? There's guys now in my street. People have chickens now.
Really?
Yeah.
Actually, my neighbors used to have that too.
Like they're just walking around. I'm like, what happened to the dog?
Yeah, it's funny because the chickens will walk around like our block, and like we know whose chickens they are, so we're like, "Oh, look, it's so and so's chicken," you know. But like they just know where they live. That's kind of gangster.
Yeah.
Like, like they're just like, yeah, we're just walking. Like they're going for a walk, but we know where we live. Like we're not lost. Yeah, you know. That's kind of funny.
And he's like a dog or a cat, just like eat one.
Yeah. Well, for me, I didn't wake up at 5:30. I woke up like at 2, dude, and I'm like super
2
sleepy.
a.m.
No, 2 p.m.
2 p.m.
Yeah.
You can do that. I can do that.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, here's the thing. Like, I'll go to sleep, right, and then I'll wake up, and then I'm like, oh, I'll take a little like mini nap. That'll turn into 4 hours, and it'll just keep kind of going if I don't get up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Since I didn't have work today, I was like, man, you know what? Fuck it, I'm gonna go to sleep. And then it's like 2 o'clock, and I'm like, shit.
Dang, dude.
I'm gonna get the fuck up.
How are you sleepy then?
Just
You overslept? Because I know.
Yeah, we talked about this. Yeah, if you sleep too much, it'll kind of fuck you up, you know. But
damn. Boy.
hey, I mean, that's how shit rolls around here. You know what I'm saying? But whatever. Anyway, episode 31.
Oh yeah, she has all these chickens, dude.
Just go back. Yeah. Nah, this is episode 31, guys. I appreciate you coming back to CharroBeans podcast, a Mariachi podcast. We're just talking about this. We should have like no enthusiasm when we talk. We should be like, yeah, so welcome to episode 31. Hey, it is hard, dude. You know what? Let me just talk about it on here real quick. It is hard to talk like on a mic. Like you're forcing yourself to talk, you know, so like, and for an hour straight, you know what I mean? Most people talk a little segments.
Easy peasy, bro.
It's easy for you?
Yeah.
This is...
Because I'm just talking to you. That's all. We do it all the time.
We're talking to the 12 people that listen to our podcast.
No, I don't do that.
Oh.
Otherwise, I'll be quiet the whole time.
No.
I wouldn't be talking.
I'm like...
Yeah.
No, but this is cool, man. We're 31 episodes in. I'm really happy that we've gotten this far. We're going to keep going as long as you guys keep listening.
So there's the last one.
Right? So it looks like this is frankly it, you know.
Fuck you. Right.
And it's like, cling, 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 cling.
Yeah. This is just a formality.
Yeah.
Anyway,
this is Monday. We're glad you guys are back. What was I going to go into? Oh, you know, so we are good, physically, mentally, emotionally. How are you?
Speak for yourself, bro. Right.
No, this is good. We're back on the pod. We wanted to talk about, you know, what we usually do these weekends, but we didn't have that much, dude. You know why? It's because it's January.
Yeah. It's like they're like seasons, you know, like it peaks around like summer.
No, the peak is usually you know what?
Summer.
The summer always feels more consistent. Where like you already know for sure it's gonna be 4, 5, 6, 7 hour weekends. Like you already know for sure that's gonna happen. And then the fall comes and it slows down a little bit, but then it picks up again, you know, when it starts getting towards the holidays, you know, Thanksgiving, Christmas, La Virgen, you know, all of that comes up. But then like when January comes up, it's like a halt, you know, like stop sign for sure. And it's like one of those stop signs where you have to wait and wait and wait because there's a whole bunch of cars passing. Like you should have to wait. You have to wait. You have to wait. You don't know when the next gig is gonna come, you know, or like when the next badass weekend's gonna come.
It's also like the month that a lot of people get fired. You heard that? Yeah.
Really?
People get fired because there's no work, so like they cut people to have more money to pay to everyone.
What?
You ever heard of that?
No, I mean
it's con el jefe va por el queso, bro.
I guess. I mean, I've never heard of that,
bro.
No, not really. I mean, I can't say
I've heard of that, but I don't. It hasn't happened to me, or like I haven't seen it. But I just heard like when I started playing, they were like, "Yeah, it's around the time people get fired because there's no money, so they're just making the best for themselves." That's
true. I mean, we kind of talked about this with the last episode with our boss. If you haven't checked it out, it's on YouTube and everywhere else. But we talked with our boss Arturo here. It was good, so you guys can actually meet him. You know, he's the guy that kind of keeps us employed. But that's true, man. Like, you know, it starts getting rougher. We kind of talked about this on there, but he was like, you know, a lot of those guys that play in groups, that's like their only job,
right?
You know, so when they're playing that only job, and there's not enough work, people start looking elsewhere. I mean, it's almost like it's not like it's even like they're not even loyal to the group. You know, it's more like
they're loyal to themselves.
They're loyal. Yeah, I mean, you kind of have to do that. You know what I mean? I understand if people are like in a rough situation, they got to leave or something like that. So, you know, you're gonna do what's best for your fam or just for you. You know, whatever pays your bills. So I know for sure right now, a lot of mariachis are going through it, and then especially this whole year, man, with Corona. I know for a while, you know, a lot of people didn't even work. So the fact that they are still working is still a blessing. You know what I mean? So that's wild. But it is going to slow down these next couple of weeks for sure. You know, like, I mean, just in general, this Saturday we had 1 hour, dude. We had like 3 gigs, like in total or something. Yeah. Like at first, it got canceled. Next thing you know, we only have 1 hour in Denton, you know, and that's all we had, you know. It's kind of rough because, I mean, when you only have 1 hour, like you get dressed up and you try to look nice and you got to drive all the way over there and you just play 1 hour. Because 1 hour turns to 3 hours because you have to drive there, play the hour, and then you do what you got to do or whatever, and then you drive back. You know, that's 3 whole hours, you know, depending on how far, you know, a place is and stuff. But, I mean, it can get rough right now in these times, man.
Yeah, it really can. So, I mean, at the same time, you know, I can aprovechar as that there's not a lot of work, so we can, like, hang out and stuff. Not with you, but, like, you know, like, do daily activities.
Yeah. No, that's true, too.
So, it's like glass half full, glass half empty type of thing.
Yeah, because any time off is good, too, because then you have those weekends where you have, like, everything. Like, get party here, party there, party there. You know, and it feels like you're always on your feet and you're always working. Yeah. Especially like if you have a girl or you have a boyfriend, you're married, you know, like they might want you to go do stuff. You're like, oh, you know, I got gigs, you know. So you got to use this time to, you know, hang out with your loved ones and do something, you know.
Exactly.
So, yeah, you're right. It's a blessing to take a break as well. But then it like you go out to eat. And then it's like, oh, was the bill's $50? And you look at your wallet like, oh, shit.
Oh, yeah, it didn't work. Right.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm here. You're like,
right.
Fuck.
You forget because you're having such a good time. And you're like, oh, that's why I'm having fun because I forgot that I didn't play any gigs. So I'm fucking broke.
No, but that's a good thing about this group, too. Because we have plantas.
Yeah.
Oh, we have one planta right now. But
as of right now.
But like we have something. At least we know we have like, like, you know, like $80.
Something
for,
for
sure.
Yeah. Depending on how much talon we get, right? And then that also obviously brings up what we get paid. But even then, though, have you noticed that Burros hasn't, you know, our planta hasn't been getting a lot of people? Have you noticed that?
Maybe like the past 2 weeks, 2 or 3.
Exactly, the beginning of January.
Oh,
it has, and even then, because we played New Year's and we played Christmas, nobody's there. I mean, obviously, first, who's gonna go to a planta like on Christmas Day and then New Year's Day?
I mean, it's happened.
It has happened, but like it's slowed down there at the planta. I mean, people maybe don't want to go out, you know, partly due to Corona, most likely,
That's not it.
Why? They just don't want to go.
Okay, what about the past 3 months that they've been
Oh, that's true.
You know,
they're like, what COVID?
I think they just have no money. Because I mean, you know, you're spending on presents or.
And that's why work slows down, though. Cause it's like you said, people don't have any money.
Yeah, they're waiting on that income tax.
Income tax. That stimmy.
Yeah.
Yeah, like once you get your stimmy, you're like, you know what? I can't get unos mariachis, no?
It's like, we'll get our stimmies together. We got 8 hours.
Yeah, right? All the guys put their stimmies together. Y luego todavía quieren pagar menos, fuckers.
Yeah. It's like, come on, bro. I only got $600.
Like, no, yo nomás tengo 200. I'm like, look, Fred, I know you got your stimmy, bro. He's like, quit fucking lying to me.
Like, I saw the little bill. Or like, well, I think it's just deposited directly into your account.
It depends how you have it. Yeah, you either have it like direct deposit. Like, depending on how you do your income tax, you know, you either get it in the mail or you get it like direct deposit.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's going to be slow for the next couple of weeks, so we're going to do our best to, you know, just kind of wing it. This whole podcast is winging it. You know, this is one take, no editing, no cut and paste really happens here. No cut and paste, you know. There's not a lot of that here, you know. We just kind of, when we record, we just go into it, you know what I mean?
I'm like, there's nothing. There's just vibes.
It's just vibes.
Bitch. I can't do anything about it, son.
Can you say
can you say my accent? Huh?
Say Virginia.
Virginia?
Nice.
Is that right? I don't know.
Nah, it's pretty good, I guess.
I can't help it.
Nice.
Because I've tried to control it before, and it's like, yeah.
No, I get it. Right now, when I have to talk official at my job, like, I do feel it. Because I have more of an American accent, more than, you know, yours, or you can hear the Mexican, you know. But mine will come in every once in a while where I hear myself, and I'm like, no mames, way. It just sounds funny because it'll come out of me. And I'm like, oh, shit, I'm supposed to sound official. I'm like, the music, you know, I sound different, you know. Everybody's
like Mr. Ramirez, Mr. Ramos.
My wife's last name.
Yeah, that's what I have you on my phone. You're Sammy Ramos.
I'm like, we'll talk after this. No, no. I mean, it's for sure. Okay, when you got to talk official, like, it is hard, bro, because like, we're used to talking to our friends, to our family, which is just full of slang, full of incorrect like English, you know, where nobody ever speaks proper unless they go to like a job. They go to speak like publicly. Like, you have to actually talk the way that people expect you to talk. Like, you're not going to go up to a podium and be like, all right, what's up, y'all? So we're going to go ahead and get this shindig started. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't.
Who talks like that?
I do.
Oh.
I talk like this on the pod. It's my lingo, bro.
Okay.
I'm cultured.
It's easier to talk. I was gonna say complex.
I'm not complex.
Formal in Spanish for me.
It's very informal easy. The way we talk. So just imagine, like in a podcast, like something like this, like every single detail of your word or of your words are dissected. You know, you can hear every little thing that's going into this microphone. You know when I'm talking. You know.
I'm like, yeah. I'm like, parang guru tiri mi guru.
Pinche Victor.
Okay.
Now I'm mad.
You're always mad. That's my secret.
So let's get into this very weird weekend, which we didn't do shit really. All we really did was the planta, which was, like I said, not many people are going. We only had that one big ass table. Some
there
regulars.
was talon though.
There was talon, but right. I mean, that's the thing. Like it feels very like right now in this kind of season, like you can tell it's just gonna be slow. You know, everything comes to a halt, where there's not as much interaction from the crowd. They're just there. Sometimes it feels like the people really just go to eat. You know, like they're just there eating, and we just happen to be there because it's usually the other way around. People come watch us. Not so much like they'll eat, but they want to drink and watch us.
Yeah.
But sometimes it feels the other way around. Like people get there and they're like, "Nah, dude, like I really just want to eat my tacos." You know what I mean? So like when we go up to them, like, "¿Cuál canción quiere?" I'm like, they're like que sea, like que quieran, you know, whatever. Like I'm just really here to eat my quesadillas, you know. But I mean, how did it feel like to you? I mean,
I was just vibing, dude.
Como siempre, güey.
Yeah, I'm just like the guy in the back, you know. I don't really like. Yeah, I feel like if we were a singer or something, I would feel it more.
Oh, for sure.
Because you're like in the crowd, you know. So if you're like, there's no tables to sing to, you're just kind of like, oh, what the fuck.
Is there a reason why you never sang?
Because I can't. Do you see me struggling playing bass and you want me to sing too?
See what?
No mames.
Like, did you ever try to? When you were young? Because back then, we talked with Dr. G about this. He would want to teach you everything, so you learned guitarrón, guitar, vihuela, if you were playing armonía. But he also told us to sing. Like, he wanted all of us to sing. So I remember one time he had us actually go out. I think we played Camino de Guanajuato, which is Camino. I don't think... do people know that? It's Camino de Guanajuato, dude.
Yeah.
But they say Caminos de Guanajuato. But it's Camino. I remember he explicitly told me.
Yeah.
With his hair, like, moving. It's Camino. And I'm like, oh, shit. Okay, doctor.
So get it right.
Yeah, well, it's we played Camino de Guanajuato. And he wanted all the guys to sing it. So, like, yo, todo, like when you're going through puberty, so your voice is like, So, like, we were all trying to sing, all like the boys. They were like, we're all singing, but all of us were like, and then everybody was like nervous because, I mean, they didn't, talking is one thing, like in person, public talking, but like public singing, I feel like that is just so nerve wracking. Like, that's why I never did it. I'm scared, bro. I can sing in my shower. Like, according to me, my soap is like my only audience member. They're just looking at me like, bañate, güey.
Right?
Yeah, but...
Lo que viniste?
Yeah, right. So I'll be singing in my shower or something, or like when nobody's home, and my dog's like, ya cállate, güey.
Right?
Both of my pets are just looking at me like, this is why you don't sing, motherfucker. But like, for sure, like, I would like to maybe one day, but I just know I can't do that, man.
There are times where I've seen like Arturo struggle.
Like, what do you mean struggle?
Yeah, like he knows all these songs that none of us do, so he has to sing all of them.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck, cause I do know like lyrics, cause what I do is that I kind of mouth whatever they're singing. Mm-hmm. So in a way, I kind of know like
when to change.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do the same.
But I like. In a way, I also know the lyrics, because most of them are songs that we play before, so I'm like, okay, this is how it goes. And I'm like, maybe I should sing, but I'm like, nah.
Yeah. Like, we start walking up there, like, nah.
Yeah.
No, it's like, it's just, singing is a very... I give kudos to everybody that can sing, just because maybe you can do it at home, but it's one thing to do it like in public, in front of people you don't know, and then like there are like those parties, right, or your places you go to. And there are people there that like, that's already like another big thing. You know what I mean? Like, so I can't imagine like going up there and singing and just like belting shit out. Maybe if I had like the voice of an angel, then maybe I'd be more comfortable. Maybe it's the way
you do it too. Like
confidence.
You can just look. It's like it's the way you see things. Like what? You could just see your voice as another instrument that you're playing. You know what I mean?
I guess.
And then you just go up there and you're like, I'm just doing my thing. I'm just part of the whole group, and I'm doing like my part.
It's very much a big confidence thing. Like you're already some level of confident to go out there in front of all these people, and not only you're not talking, like you're singing, like you're expressing all this shit, and then you're under a lot of pressure because if you say the wrong word, there's always that asshole in the audience that's like, no se la sabe, whatever, right?
Yeah.
You get red, Yeah, yo me meo, wey. Fuck, I don't give a fuck, dude.
Okay.
I'm like, I just start running away.
Okay.
Like walking to some little kid. They're always fucking running at the quince.
Yeah.
What are they always doing that shit for?
Because they're playing. They're kids. That's all I did.
You remember that one? We didn't talk about it on here. There was this one gig that we went to recently, and there was like this little, like, kids are indestructible, dude. Like they're we were playing and you just see like the little girl, and she was like the biggest little girl out of all the little kids. I don't know.
Oh yeah, she kept swinging.
So
kids.
She would grab them like full Nelson and then just swing them in circles and just let them go. And like los chiquillos were like just fucking like bounce off of the concrete. And they would keep coming back to her, like to
like, do it again.
And I just remember that I was just like, dude, like if she did that to me, like I'm breaking like my collarbone or something. You know what I mean? Like I'm so much more fragile than a kid.
You land like those people from Family Guy.
Like yeah, like with my arm in my back and shit. No, yeah, for sure. Like I just remember seeing that little girl like just swinging them like nothing, dude. There's a kid that would cry. He went crying after he got hurt doing that. He went to his mom. You know how like kids cry? And it was like, and like the mom's like, ya ves, cabrón, ya ves, or whatever. And then she like lets him go. He walks away.
Yeah.
And then he went back to that little girl. And I was like, no aprendiste, cabrón? Like, we really don't learn, bro. We really don't.
I'll tell you, as a kid, you're just, like, your body's just made to, like, take all the hits you can.
That's true, dude.
Like, you're just, like...
That's true.
Or, like, they've also said that babies are made for, like, inexperienced parents. Because I remember, like...
What?
Yeah,
Explain.
kids, babies, like their skull, it's not like fully hardened. It's like kind of like elastic. So when you
Right.
take a hit, like it's not that bad because it takes like the impact.
Okay.
Because I remember they dropped me like 10 times when I was a kid, dude. You know,
Like a kid or like a
when
baby?
I was a baby.
I know, mom.
Yeah, there was
So
like
that's what's wrong with you.
there was like one time, dude, where like they put me to sleep. Yeah, like ya sabía gatear, you know.
You know how to crawl?
Yeah, and they put me to sleep on the bed, and then supposedly like my mom got home from work, right?
Okay.
She was tired, and then she saw me like napping, so she's like, "All right, I'm gonna take a nap too." And then I woke up and I'm like, "Hey, look, my mom's here, right?"
Yeah.
So I kind of like crawled up to her. And I'm like, "Yo," you know, and then I got like on top of her, and then there was no more bed after that. So I just kind of kept crawling, and I'm like, "Hola, verga." So all you hear is like the
You swanton bombed out of there?
yeah, dude.
Boom, bitch.
And then took him to the doctor and like, nah, he's fine. He's a baby, you know. They're meant for that.
You're like, you know in cartoons,
Con las estrellitas, todo mareado.
yeah, and they're all fucking like this.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, he's fine, and they look at you and
Yeah.
he's doing this
Or
shit.
like Stewie, we got a concussion. It's like, uno está todo grande, otro está bien chiquito.
I was like, that's why my head is so like straight. Because when I used to be round and con el putazo, güey,
Yeah, pretty much.
got a little bit smaller. No.
But yeah, especially Mexican kids, dude. We do so much stuff. Like, we're just like en azotea, like, fucking around con el perro.
¿Qué? Say it again.
You never seen Mexico, and like the kids, they're always like in the roof of the house.
Yeah.
And then you see like the dog come out, and they're just like vibing, like just in the roof of a house. You ever seen that? And like uno se cae, and then he gets up and goes back up.
No.
No,
I'm
shit.
sorry, dude. I have seen like dogs in Mexico that they're crazy. Like, they just don't give a fuck. They'll eat anything. They'll chase anybody. Like they live on no rules, dude. They're like homeless. You know, they're homeless dogs. So they don't give a fuck.
They're like the neighborhood is my house.
Yeah, like you're on my turf, dude. Like you walking, you just walking. They're like, get the fuck out of here. How did we get on this?
Quinceañeras, babies.
No, before
Kids.
that, we were talking about something.
I can only go so far.
Right?
It's
I
like
can only go a minute back.
that also makes me nervous whenever we're doing talon, and Arturo's like writing them down. He's like, "Hey, what song do you play for this song?" I'm like,
He does do that
"Fuck."
shit. Yeah. Okay. So a quick explanation on that. So like when we do talon, we usually just go right into it, right? So like people start asking for shit, but we don't keep track of the songs. Like us, our boss is the one that's supposed to do that, right?
Yeah.
So like usually he writes them down. I've seen him before. Like he writes them down on his phone.
Yeah.
Like in the notes app, he puts like all the songs that they've been asking, so we can keep track. You know, we charge 20 per song, so like 5 of them is $100, right?
Yeah.
So he always used to. So what I think what he does is he groups them. So like 5 of them, he's like, okay, at least 5, that's 100 already, to make it a little bit faster, right? So how many groups? That's 50, or that's like $100 each. Point is, sometimes like well like I said, talon is very much a fast paced kind of thing, right? As soon as they call a song, they're pretty much agreeing to pay that song, so we'll go into it, you know. And sometimes we'll like as soon as that song's over, they ask for another one, so we go right into that one. So he doesn't have a minute to like actually go down and like write it. So he'll ask us, right?
Yeah.
He's like, "Hey, Víctor, ¿cuál tocamos antes de Botas de Charro?" And we both look at each other like, "Fuck, dude, like my memory doesn't work like that." Like
It's because we're so focused on the song that we're currently at, you know.
It's not
I
so
feel
much that
like-
I'm focused. I think it's more that I'm like,
Well, I'm focused.
I'm on autopilot. Like I hear a song,
Yeah,
I go right into it. Like I'm not thinking about what songs I've already played. So we're just sitting there like, bro, what the fuck song was that we just played? Like, and then when we finally get it, we're like, oh, Treinta Huasteca, and you know we'll write it down or whatever.
Yeah.
But it is funny. That's a lot of pressure to put on me, bro. My brain's like, yo, we don't usually go this far back in time to think of something, you know.
It's like on that live video, you can't go back, you know.
Yeah, exactly. This is live. This is real life, bro. I can't go back. I can't rewind in real. This isn't Click. You seen Click?
No.
Oh, you should watch
Oh,
it.
I think I have.
He just controls his life. Like if I
Yeah.
could, I would rewind. You know what I mean? But it's not gonna happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because he did that this week too, and then we were all just thinking, we're like, fuck.
We're like, what fucking song was that? Shit. No, but like I said, it was slow, man. It was we played a little bit of talon, but other than that, it just wasn't much. Have you noticed that burros? I don't know if we talked about it on here. They have it closed up in there, but fuck, they always have these heaters in there, and they never had them on.
Yeah.
Oh, remember we built
especially ours.
We built the fort.
Oh yeah, that was this week. Oh fuck.
Okay.
We made it worse for some reason, right?
Okay, so like what happened was they have these tarps that go all the way around the restaurant on the outside part. You know, where because we play like on the patio, right? So they have like these tarps, but the fuck, this place needs to update, bro. But like they have some like, some tarps and they have zippers to close them, right? But someone fucked them up, so now they don't close. So
I don't think that someone fucked them up. I think they're just that old. You know,
they're only a couple years old.
Are they?
How long do zippers last? Yeah, like I remember it wasn't like that before. They didn't have it closed before. It used to be wide open back in the day, and they would have those.
They do it. They're on and off. Like during the summer, they're up. You can see them. They're like rolled up.
Exactly, but those tarps in general were never there before. Okay. It was just wide open. I remember one time I came back from college and I played at Burros and I was like, "Oh, cool! They got like an upgrade because they actually put those tarps up." Okay. Point is, those zippers sometimes don't work, and then in the section where me and Victor play in the back, your side closes, but mine doesn't. So like I'm playing and my ass is exposed to the elements, bro. Like, in that little slit of where that tarp is, like the wind kept blowing in. You know, as the night went on, it got progressively colder. So I'm playing there with frozen cheeks and my thighs too, dude. You know, they were cold to the touch. You know, don't ask me how I know, right? But
I'm like I told him,
right? And bro, there's ice on your ass right now. Point is, it was cold, right? And the calentones aren't on. You know, the heaters aren't on.
Well, they were on for the tables.
For the tables, like they don't give a fuck
don't care about us. Yeah.
We're over here like dying and shit with hypothermia or whatever the fuck. Yeah. So I was like, ¿cómo dicen? Dicen que los mexicanos somos chingón para los inventos.
¿Para los qué?
Para los inventos.
Oh, okay.
Like we just know how to invent anything.
Yeah, sabemos inventar.
Yeah,
una mexicanada.
Una mexicanada, exactly. So I was like, man, we're gonna fix this shit right now. You know, if the zipper's not working, fuck.
I just saw my case on the floor. I'm like, ándale, sí.
I got your guitar because I'm thinking, I'm looking at all the cases. I'm looking at the hole. I'm like, there's something that can be done here, you know. So I grabbed the big ass guitarron case and I put it in that hole, and I was like, this kind of worked because now I was blocking a part of the wind coming in, and then you suggested using the baby chair and a jacket that was there, which I kind of tarped it over. Point is, I built a whole ass fort behind us full of cases and jackets and a baby chair, and after that it was warm, dude. My ass could play comfortably.
See,
I did it all by myself.
Oh, see?
See, we?
Because I remember brainstorming a lot, you know.
No,
because you had another idea. Of what it was.
It was solely my idea. I didn't use Victor's input at all.
That is how it is.
Point is, I didn't get hypothermia because of the But yeah, like I said, it was chill. No, not much talon. And like I said, we had those. We had more than 1 hour on Saturday, but you know they all freaking canceled. So that just got me thinking, like, man, all this shit's gonna slow down. You know, since they canceled ours, but whatever. But a miracle happened, bro. I got there early.
Yeah, it made me think that I'm like, fuck, was it 5? Like, not 5:30? Like, and I'm too late.
Right. I left early because I was like, might as well get there early. We had one gig, you know, so I was like, might as well get there on time. So when I pulled up, the only one that was there was the van, you know, with Arturo and Don Luis. They were in the van. They were ready to go. It was at this house in this residential neighborhood or whatever. Mm-hmm. And I remember we pulled up. I didn't see anybody else there. So I was like, oh, chingon, you know, I'm like the first one. I feel cool, you know. Is this what it feels like to be Victor? I was fucking early. So I sat there for a good while. I was already in my traje. And then little by little, you guys start pulling up. Like you pulled up, you know, Saúl, and everybody started pulling up. And I'm just looking out there like are we gonna start soon? Because it was like 5:28 or something. It was already almost time. It was at 5:30. So I'm thinking like we're gonna start soon. And then Arturo messages on the WhatsApp. He's like, hey, apparently the girl isn't here yet, so we're just gonna hang out. And I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
It sucked because I mean it sucks when that happens because like we gotta wait, you know. And we were talking about this in other states. I don't know how it is for other states, actually. I just know from my experience in Austin, but they always had the on-the-clock concept, right? So If you're passing, if they said 5:30, 5:30 is when the time starts, even though we haven't played or whatever. And it's funny because even there, se aprovechan los vatos a veces. If it's like a 2-hour gig, who was telling me? I think it was Saul. He was like, dude, you remember Austin? I was like, yeah, man. It's kind of, it is better. You don't, because you'd go out there 2 hours, you play an hour, and they're all like, y'all want to sit down and eat? And they're like, oh, yeah, sure. So se chingan 20 minutos, and then that counts towards the hour. Oh, so they only play 40 more minutes.
No mames. I mean, that's smart. Yeah,
it's smart. And then there are also groups that take breaks for 2 hours. Like they'll play an hour and then they'll take a break for like 10, 15 minutes. But that counts towards the hour.
Oh, shit.
I'm like, no, I mean, which we've done for like 4 hours. We'll play like 2 hours and then we'll have like a small break. Y eso sí, Arturo's not like, yeah. Y eso sí, Arturo's not like, nah.
we'll just keep going.
Yeah, we'll just keep going. We're like, see, wait. No break.
No, I don't mind that too. And I still prefer to just keep going. Like,
well, it depends on me. It depends on me, like, for the break. Like, for the break, I wouldn't mind a break sometimes. Like, sometimes your feet do hurt. It's not like an old man.
For real,
I'm like, I can't.
I fall and I can't get up.
Exactly. So, what was the last thing I said? That 1 hour, we got there early.
Yeah.
¿Y lo que pasó?
Well, like, it was just... it was weird because it was like a little... What do you call those? Courtyards? No.
Oh, I know what you're saying, where it's like a dead end, but it's like a circle. Like the street is a circle.
Yeah. CTs?
A rotunda? No, that's
something else.
I know what you're talking about, though. It's like a circle where all the houses go around in a circle. Yeah.
Like, if it's... you see the address, it says CT, you know? I forgot what it stands for.
Court?
One is court, but what does the T stand for?
It's court.
Is that it?
CT is court.
Okay.
RD is... what is RD?
Anyways.
What is RD?
What
is RD?
And then...
what is RD?
Road.
Okay.
Because
you're saying... what's CT?
Anyways.
It's
so court. I'm just chilling there, right? And then, like, people kept, like, parking there. And then they kept walking, like, past my car. And I remember putting my moño on so they know, like...
There's a mariachi in that car?
Yeah, so they're just looking in my car, and I'm like...
Hola.
I'm like, despistenla. Like, they just keep looking inside. I'm
like, there's no way to hide as a mariachi in a car. Unless you got tinted windows. But if you look at the front, like, through the windshield, you could just see, like, my bread-ass red moño. You know what I mean? And a black traje. That does happen because Arturo was like, hey, Tono llega, but apparently this is a surprise.
Yeah.
But every time a car pulled up, they would look right into my truck.
Yeah.
I guess they recognize that those cars aren't like your tias, your tios, your cousins. You know, you have all these cars pulled up, and you see someone sitting in there, so you're just like, hola, you know.
Yeah. Like, don't look at me.
Don't look at me. Look away.
Yeah.
But I was just like, ¿era sorpresa? He's like, yeah. And I'm like, no, pues era.
Yeah.
It was. Yeah. Because, I mean, everybody's looking in my car, bro. I'm making it suspicious as fuck, you know, like.
Like, sorpresa is like, porque están sorprendidos.
Because they're surprised right now. Yeah. But eventually they let us in. We ended up starting like almost 6 because they told us to come in, right? And they told us to go upstairs, right? It was a straight up surprise party. So I was like, you know, that's cool. It's whatever. So we went up there in the upstairs. We were just waiting on them to let us go, which they had this tiny little corridor like to let us pass, or like it was like the upstairs, but it was a tiny little corridor. And they wanted us to start playing from up there and walking down. And I was like, I don't have the coordination for that. You know what I mean? Me voy a caer, you know? Yeah. All of us were like, this is kind of sus, bro, because we're going to end up freaking cracking skulls or some shit. No, Miguel, right?
Yeah.
Trumpet player.
It kept making me laugh. And then, like, the lady's like, que se callen, you know?
Yeah, dude, you cannot let us, you cannot have us be quiet, dude. We're always fucking around. She was like down there, you can hear him like, shh. Or over here, like, yeah, we're just giggling like little girls. Dude.
No, I was having pretty hard because he kept saying random shit. I'm like, dude, stop talking.
Right? It's like the kid that like, I don't know if it was in school, but like you were messing around with like some kid, and like he got you in trouble.
Me?
No, like wait, no mames, wait, like your friend, like y'all are just. ¿Qué traes, wait? You're wrong, bro. I'll let him get it out.
Your reaction.
To what?
Like, no.
Pues no way. Know what I meant? Like when you're playing with your friend. Oh my god. The chiquillos way. So you're just in class and he's the one that gets you in trouble. Like you're the one trying to be like, hey, shut the fuck up. They're like, Victor, and I'm like, oh fuck. Like now I'm in trouble, because of this fuck. Like you right now, I'm like, shut up, wait.
Whoops.
And they're like, Sammy, if you go to detention, I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, he keeps saying she's like, no, hombre, voy a empezar el elevador acá arriba, lo voy a acabar ahí abajo.
Yeah. He was saying he was gonna start the part on the top of the stairs and then finish it on the bottom. That he was gonna fall the fuck down, boom, 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 fucking down the stairs.
He's like, sí, amor, porque voy a morirme.
Man, Miguel's funny, dude.
I know, dude.
He's got jokes, dude.
I missed him.
He's an old guy, yeah, but he just got jokes, man. He's ready, dude. But nothing really happened there. I mean, it was funny too, cause so like in the group we currently have a member that ended up leaving us. So now there's only 7 of us.
Rip.
I was like another person that left the group. I'm like shit, right? Rip. Nah, but so he left the group, and it was funny because the whole time we were playing, they kept asking like the songs that he sings.
Oh yeah.
So we're like, hey, like we kept saying his name. We're like, damn. Like, yeah, ni modo. So se las tenía que chingar Saúl and, our boss and stuff like that. So like, damn, dude, they really picked all the songs. Like, they knew he was going to be gone, so we just started asking all his songs.
They thought he was coming.
Yeah. They're all talking to Arturo afterwards. They're like, we're not paying y'all because so-and-so didn't come. So, yeah. So,
Pasa nada.
yeah, right? Like, what do you mean? That's him right there.
Right.
Pointing at Saúl looks completely different. It doesn't even look like him. That's him right there. What do you mean? Yeah.
He gets all red. It's like,
yeah. So we only had that hour, and it was chill because like it was an hour. I ended up getting home or not earlier because I went to do my mom was having like a thing at her house, so I went over there.
Mm-hmm.
And it was chill, but we got off early, so it does feel weird like to be on a Saturday night being somewhere other than a gig.
Yeah.
So. Like the next day when it's Sunday, I'm like, dude, this is weird. Like,
you're like, why am I so well rested?
Yeah, right. My bones feel amazing.
Like Sunday morning, you usually wake up like todo puta. Like,
yeah,
you're like, oh, switch man.
Yeah, I woke up like all giddy and shit. I was like, oh, this is disgusting. I want to feel tired. No, but and then it was weird too because we had that 2-hour gig on Sunday.
Yeah.
Which we really don't work on Sunday, but I'm pretty sure like our boss is like, yeah, we need some hours, dude. We need to get something, you know what I mean? So he ended up letting us play that 2 hours in Fort Worth. And he told us Fort Worth, and then sometimes I have to ask him like, where in Fort Worth way? Because there are different parts of Fort Worth, you know what I mean? He'll be like, oh, it's in Fort Worth, and then we'll go to like fucking Keller, which is like 25 minutes up. I'm like, wait, that's not Fort Worth. He's like, oh, ¿dónde está, güey?
I mean, it's not his fault because the address does say something Fort Worth.
Yeah, they do mess with you.
It's just that Fort Worth is a big city, I guess. It's a growing city.
It's like, it's got a lot of suburbs because technically Keller is like a suburb of Fort Worth. It's not exactly Fort Worth, but it's still considered. I don't know. It's in the same county. Point is. Anyway, this one was kind of by there by Fort Worth. So
it was Saginaw.
Yeah, like by Saginaw-ish. We showed up and it was dark as shit.
That's what Saginaw is.
So I was like, you know what? I don't think it's here, dude. And I was thinking already, like, fuck, like, it's already happened. This is going to be the first one of the year where we show up and it's not the gig. It was for next year, whatever the fuck, And sure enough, it was inside, though, luckily. And it was chill. We even went live on CharroBeans podcast at Instagram.
Dude, I remember, like, we walked in with Mañanitas and we're like, on Mike,
Yeah, so Miguel wasn't there, dude. We were all there ready to go, and the guy wanted us to start, so we're like, fuck it. And sometimes Don Miguel, like, if I'm not late, Don Miguel is late. Like, we're kind of like the ones that are always late, man. I don't know about him.
It's like yin yang, bro. You gotta keep the balance.
Yin yang.
Like, some get on time, some get late,
Yeah.
It's gotta be even.
If we're both early, like, some shit's about to go down.
Right.
Fucking earthquake or some shit. In Texas, dude. No, mama. No, but, Don Miguel shows up like an hour later, dude.
Yeah.
Did he give a reason? I think he thought.
I think
because you walked in, he's like, "No que las ocho," because it was supposed to be at 7 to 9, and he showed up at 8.
He might have forgotten, or he got the wrong address. I
don't know, dude. I just heard him like calling Arturo's phone, and Boyo was talking while Arturo was singing. But it was just funny because like they're over there like looking for Don Miguel. We're like, dude, Don Miguel, where you at?
And it's funny because Arturo went to a restroom, so he had like no trumpets. As soon as he left, like he walked in.
Oh yeah, that's true. Arturo went to the bathroom. Don Miguel walks in, and I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
You weren't.
You still hear the trumpet?
Yeah. Like, what? You don't remember because he just walked in. He's like, no que las ocho.
Yeah. He's like, vengo a cobrar.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I just came for my paycheck is all. And he actually lucked out because it turned into another hour.
Yeah.
So we ended up playing 3 hours for that guy. And then one of the guys, I don't think it was a party for this guy specifically, but he's gone to Burros. I don't know if you recognized him. That guy that ended up paying us. Yeah, he goes to Burros. He always asks for talon too. He's got cash. I don't know what he does. I don't know.
Like, invita,
por favor. No, but he was a cool guy. Whatever. I'm like, I love him.
Oh yeah, we ended up playing 3 hours there. So in a way, it was good. It was a 4-hour weekend.
Yeah, it just sucks that it was on Sunday because I like using Sundays as my day to like recharge in a way.
Oh yeah.
Pues sí, way. I mean, that's like the end of the week. You're getting started for the new week. A whole new week of doing shit, and then you gotta wait till the weekend. Not even the weekend, because Saturday is the beginning of gigs. So it's not really a rest till Sunday, really. No,
yeah,
just me. Oh.
No, sí.
Oh. For me, like it really is like a recharge.
Like,
I don't have anything to do. You know what I mean? It's just kind of like my day to relax, wind down, and just get ready for the next week. But no. Not much really went down this weekend, guys. I'm sorry. I'm like...
There was just vibes.
I'm sorry to disappoint. Nobody got stabbed. Nobody got... yeah.
I'm like, sure? I'm not trying to think about it. I'm like...
Nah, but it was kind of weird not having... like, how is it for you? Like, have you been a part of a group where you just, like... Where you leave the group? Yeah. You've left the group before? Yeah. Really? Who'd you leave? Oh, how was that?
The group before me, I just fucking hated it. Well, I didn't hate it, but I just didn't get along with some of the guys.
So it wasn't your time anymore to be there?
Yeah, and I was like, I mean, I wasn't like a dick or anything, like I do what you're supposed to do. Like, I told them like, hey, I'm doing the group. You have 2 weeks,
Oh, you actually give them some time?
Well, yeah.
Because not everybody does that.
True. I just saw that, but... I mean, I feel like it's a job, and I feel like you need to give people the time to like
to find somebody
adjust,
else.
Yeah,
that's true.
Because I'm not gonna find anyone for you,
Yeah.
Like that's a whole different hassle.
Yeah, that's true.
So I'm like, I'm gonna give you the time to like find something or like do something about it. Yeah. I'm trying to help you out, in the best way that I can.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I hate it here. I'm gonna leave.
The little Karate Kid. I hate it here.
Low key, dude, I was into a point. I was like, dude, I do not like it here.
Yeah.
So and the guy was just like, he knew it. You could see it in my face towards the end. I just hated being here.
Yeah.
And then he's like, no, pues está bien,
He's like, vete, like a novela or some shit. Vete escarao.
Desgraciado.
Yeah. Well, what's that word? Hipócrita. What does that mean?
Hypocrite.
Oh. Hypocrite?
Yeah. That's all I say now. I'm like, hypocrite. Little hippo with the pluma then.
Yeah. Hypocrite. Yeah. No, yeah. It is kind of weird. I mean, I don't think I haven't been with a lot of groups, to be honest. But the one I did was back when we were in high school. I left that one cold turkey because, like, it was kind of the same situation. Like, I was like, you know what? I'm fucking done. I went to it like one. I still remember. Were you there?
I remember.
You were there?
We were practicing Fiesta en Jalisco, and I was like, what the fuck is this? I never heard this song in my life. Yeah.
Todo morrillo.
Yeah.
Did I tell you that I was gonna leave or no?
Nah, you didn't
right?
talk to me like
I think I just left cold turkey, right? Because it was after that rehearsal. I was
you're
like,
crying, bro.
Yeah, dude. It was it was sad because it was my first group, and and I really cared about everybody that was there.
I'm like, no,
right?
Yeah.
I'm looking at Victor like, fuck you.
Yeah.
Like walking out, I'm like,
bro.
But
no, I remember I gave you a hug.
Yeah, everybody like started crying, and I was like,
I did. I was just like,
yo todo morrillo. I was like 5.
Oh,
I was like 15, like 16. Tato morrió todavía. I mean, todavía, pero. Yeah, but I remember I just did quit cold turkey because it was like I didn't care about the boss anymore. He kind of like killed the bridges there, so I was like, you know what, that's fine, dude. So I just kind of up and left. But other than that, and then
I gave him a 2 week. I gave him a month's notice.
That same group.
Yeah.
A month notice.
Well, no, I gave him like the last gig that you booked with me. That's gonna be my last gig. Because we didn't have that many gigs either, you know.
Yeah, it was not a.
So like the last gig, I told him that's my last gig, bro. And he's like, "Oh, thank you." And I'm like, "No pasa nada." And then
you were playing bass still?
Yeah, I was on bass.
Yeah, okay, cool.
He had another guy by that time, another regular player that played bass. So I don't think he was like in trouble.
Yeah, for sure.
So good. But yeah, I always gave notice. I thought that's what you're supposed to do. But I've seen people like you. They're just like, "Hey,
peace."
I'm like, "Andale, zico."
Yeah, I was. It depends on the situation. Obviously, like if you know you have to leave, or if you do feel like there are some people, yeah, like you said, they feel bad. You know, they need to give that person some time to find somebody else. Mm-hmm. You know, there are very different situations. So, I mean, it's whatever you feel is the best situation for you.
Yeah, it's gonna be your choice in the end.
Yeah. Like, and then after that, you know, the boss, it's really on the boss now, like to find somebody else or to say, you know, this is how the group is going to be for a while. So like for right now, we're going to be one violin short or a guitar player. Technically.
By the way, we're taking auditions now.
Oh yeah, we're doing auditions.
Send them to Mariachi and no.
Right? just give out boss's number right here. It's 555. No, but yeah, I mean the group will be a little bit smaller right now, but we're gonna be hoping to get somebody new, you know, for the group. So it'll be kind of cool, or whatever. Really, the boss.
More vibes.
Our boss. Yeah. If your vibes are off, don't even bother.
Right. So we only have vibes here.
Yeah. So. No, but it is a weird situation sometimes, like when someone leaves, because I mean, sometimes it can't change the whole group dynamic. I mean, as far as I think we're good, you know, but I mean, I know it's I have seen it in other groups where like it's the beginning of the end for a group kind of shit. No, yeah, I mean they'll carry on, but sometimes you're an integral part of the group, you know. So it just depends. Really depends.
It is sad when someone leaves because you're used to a certain vibe. You know?
Yeah, that's true.
So now you're like,
and then also the next person that comes in, you don't know how they are in the beginning. You know,
I'm gonna be extra quiet with the other guy.
Yeah, and then you might not feel as comfortable with another person coming to the group because you're like, or maybe you know them already, and you're like, fuck, I know this dude, like, or I know this chick, and she's kind of whatever, and this guy's kind of whatever.
Oh, okay.
So like they're already gonna throw it off, or they might come in, they're very nervous. I know when I came in, I was very different from now, you know, but it took me some time to kind of get used to everybody, you know, form a relationship there.
You like you just no hay confianza, you know.
Yeah.
So you just gotta work on it.
Yeah, I mean,
which is not hard in this group.
Not really.
There's only vibes. So
let's do it.
I think that's my thing.
Yeah, it is.
Like that guy on YouTube that's like Victor is always like este vato. I'm like, now it's only vibes.
I guess. I mean, more power to you, brother. I don't know. Should we get into Charro Chat?
Okay.
Yeah, let's get into it.
Get
your phone, bro. Charro Chat. Charro Chat. This episode is sponsored by charrobeanspodcast.com. Oh, you know what is it? charrobeanshop.com. Go ahead and get yourself some merch. We got some t-shirts. We have these t-shirts, which are nicer t-shirts than your regular like Gildan ones.
Like mine's Nike.
We haven't partnered with Nike yet, so. And then we got these hats. Get your shit.
Yeah.
Okay. I always read them. You read them last time. Or I read them last time.
You see how I talk, right? You want me to read shit?
I love it. Hey, wait.
Ándale, sí. Yeah, it's no case.
First question. Where's it at? Oh, this is from @Sean1. Says, do y'all's joints hurt yet, jóvenes? Do y'all stretch before gigs because it helps?
I just go cold turkey, man.
You go cold turkey?
I don't even tune. Right.
Every time, right? Todo pinche desafinado, fuck. No, you know what? Every time I think of like people that stretch and do these things like that, I think of what's his name? Roberto Martinez, who used to be in Cobre, the vihuela player. I remember the very first time I ever went to like a workshop or some shit.
Oh yeah.
And I went to a workshop with him, and like that's how we all started. Like all of us were over there stretching our forearms and shit like that. And he's like, stretch your fingers. Sometimes you can pop them, loosen them up, like moving them around. And I was like, man, that's really good advice. And I never did it, dude. And that's why I'm all achy and shit too.
You think that's why?
Huh?
You think that's why? Because I think for us, like, we don't play like any hard shit, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, we start with Mañanitas or like El Son de la Negra, and I'm like, I think that's a pretty good warm up.
No, yeah, it is. But I'm saying, like, someone like him that was in Cobre for like what? Fucking, how long was it?
I don't know.
It was many, many years.
Yeah, he was there for a while.
He was in that group for a very long time. Someone like, I don't know if Pato stretched, but he was in the group 50 years, I'm sure they had to have some sort of routine. Because, I mean, I'm 20.
I mean, I can picture
I'm 26.
them. I can picture them having to warm up because they had to play like it's Vargas arrangements or like Cobra stuff, It's like a lot more complex stuff where they have to do like,
Yeah.
I can picture them having to do that. But us, like,
who knows, man? Maybe in 20 years we're gonna be all freaking broken and we're gonna need that. Who knows? If we're still playing mariachi by then.
I don't want to live 20 more years. Right?
Shit. Why do you have?
I'm tired, Grandpa.
What's it called? No, but yeah, I mean, I don't really stretch. I do, like, when I do give classes to kids, I do tell them that to give them that option. I'll tell them, look, if you want to stretch, because it does help. It does help to like kind of like warm up, get some blood going in your arm, and just like really stretch out those fingers, stretch out your forearm, because all that stuff does get used when you're playing. You know what I mean? So the more you stretch it, the more you warm it up, it does help. It does help, but I can't honestly say I do that every time. Sometimes we just get there, I'll tune up, and I'm sometimes todo desafinado, dude. I'm like, let's go,
Me la quemo.
Right? I'm just like, me la quemo, let's go, bro. But yeah, it just depends, dude. But I do agree that it does help.
I mean, sometimes if I do get there early, I kind of do play around. Like, I'm like, there's always that exercise, the nati or whatever, where it's like re la mi la fa la sol,
stuff like that.
Yeah, like, but I'm just playing around because I have the time for it,
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm just gonna get there and like bum bum boom.
Yeah, but it does help. Even like I said, like he's playing a son jalisciense or like jaropo, something like that gets your hand moving right away, or like culebra. Culebra is a and then you too, bum 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 bum. So all of that does, kind of warm you up for what you're about to get into, But yeah, I do suggest it. I don't know if you'll always do it, but
you hypocrite.
We didn't have that many for Charro Chat today, but we have a new segment today, guys.
Oh yeah,
we have a new segment called CharroConfessions. I said it like that because it's like a secret, CharroConfessions.
Anyways.
Anyway, so this segment, what I wanted to do with this one was kind of want to hear from you guys as far as input, from you guys. Input meaning we've gone through some crazy shit, but I'm pretty sure you guys have been through some crazy shit, right? So this new segment, which I'm introducing today, would be something like that. You guys tell us your crazy stories that you've gone into, and you can choose to be anonymous if you choose. And that way we don't actually say your name. Nobody needs to know who it was, and that way you guys can feel comfortable sending us something that maybe happened like at your gigs or just some crazy stuff. But I think it'd be a cool little way to interact with the people that listen, and that way they can tell their own stories. That's kind of how I looked at it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So without further ado, let's go into CharroConfessions. You ready?
Yeah.
So this person chose to be anonymous, but what they said is, like I said, this is like crazy stuff that you've gone through in mariachi or whatever. So this guy says, el vato le llevó serenata a todas sus 6 amantes el día de San Valentín. So for whoever doesn't speak Spanish, this dude took a serenade to 6 of his amantes, so 6 of his chinchas, sanchas, girls. on his girls on Valentine's Day.
That's a lot of money, bro.
The organization that goes into that, brother.
No se la van a juntar, bro.
Like exactly, like dude's a scumbag, but goddamn, you got to commend him on the organization of that shit.
I mean, like I said, the money, dude. Like,
exactly.
Serenatas are like $250. You know, we get like maybe like I don't know if it's like
did you get a bundle,
like right
bundle deal,
like a discount,
like
but
Sam's Club?
It's still a lot. It's like he probably paid say Serenatas probably like let's say the lowest someone will go is like 150.
Depends. Yeah, it depends
You
on
know,
the group size or whatever.
That's more than 1,000 already. You
Hey
know?
man, he has to keep every single one of these 6 chicks happy.
Right.
You know,
He loves them all equally.
that's like oh, you know what? That's one a day.
Plus, he has to buy
then,
like flowers and shit.
And then you got Sunday to chill.
Right. Sunday's like, all right, I did my part. You know?
Yeah. He's using Sunday as a day to recharge. He's like, you know what? I need a break from all these chicks.
Yeah.
But damn, man. Obviously, the guy's a douche, but the organization is tip top, bro.
No, hombre.
Six chicks?
No.
What if he's at the mall and then you know his work is one of his girls works at Starbucks and they go there?
I mean, he would know that.
She got transferred.
He would still know that.
Different branch.
Still know, bro.
That day she's taking a tour. It can happen, bro.
To me,
Small
like,
world.
I just thought about like that's a lot of money, you know, because you guys got to buy flowers or chocolates or whatever they want, you know.
I guess.
And then I'm like, damn, that guy's a douche. Like,
no, but kudos to that guy, man. I don't know how he did that shit, but if he pulled it off, dude pulled off like a money heist, like in the movie. Like, you know how they go through all this intricate shit, like to get it done. Like, you know, at the end of the day, he's like, yep, I did exactly. Now he's probably married to one of them. He's got beautiful kids. Who knows?
Or when he got caught.
He got caught. He got he went to Mexico to outrun him. All of them. You know? I don't know what happened there, but hey, man, kudos to that guy. You know, this person said one time we played a Christmas party for a strip club and it was awkward because none of the strippers liked mariachi.
What was the point then?
I don't know. Well, first of all, if you're gonna play for a strip club, like at the strip club or like just a Christmas party,
are they? I would imagine it's in the strip club.
Are they all working while they're at the party? Because I wouldn't want to go to my Christmas party and still work. So how'd you know they're strippers?
Because they're the strip club.
I
mean, if they're girls, come on.
I guess.
Or guys. If there's a bunch of like one sex, then I'm pretty sure that's them.
Maybe. Well then, okay, so they're not working. They're eating Christmas cookies, and there's a mariachi playing.
Yeah, and I guess they don't like that.
Why wouldn't they like it? We're just vibing.
I mean, some people just don't like loud stuff. You know.
That's true. There's a lot of people that don't like mariachi specifically because of the trumpet.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the whole ensemble, in a way, it's kind of loud.
Well, anytime you play at a gig, the trumpet is what like turns the kids off. They're all like covering their ears, like because they don't like the loud noises or whatever.
I mean, obviously they're like they're the loudest instrument.
Yep, for sure.
But I mean, the vihuela and the guitars aren't far behind, you know. And the violins put together, they're loud. Point is, as a group, you know, you're making sound, you're making noise.
Yeah.
So I guess some people don't like that. Cause I've gone to like restaurants or something, and as soon as they see us, they're like, "Oh no, it's too quiet."
They're about to make all this fucking noise.
Yeah.
And then, or like at a restaurant too, like los meseros are like, "Oh, these fuckers are gonna be in between us."
Yeah.
Like, when we're trying to give the food, and they'll even be assholes. We're like behind you, which they're not even assholes. It's kind of our fault for being in their domain. You know, they're like, they have like cups of coffee and they're like, "Move."
Yeah.
And I'm just,
they're
sorry.
like burning their hand. You're like, "Come on."
Dude. And you know, like those meseros that are like MVPs, so that they hold like 8 plates.
Yeah.
And they're just like, move the fuck out of the way. Se me va a caer el mole, you know? Yeah, man. No, but I mean, if they didn't like mariachi, that was your chance to really like show them like mariachi was really cool. You think they got like strip club vouchers so they could come back later? I would have done.
They hired like another strip club to come like strip.
Or they went to the wrong strip club. They're like, "Oh, you want the ones next door?" Like,
right.
This is the wrong one. This is the guy strip club. I'm like, oh,
I've never played a strip club, to be honest.
Me neither. It'd be an experience. I'd be like, I'm 12 with the full beard. No, mom is
full beard.
I don't want to talk about it, bro.
No,
anyway,
cute, bro.
This one says, "I'm totally certain we played for Narcos in Arizona once."
I've had that.
You played for Narcos?
I was going to. One time they called me and they were like, "Hey, like this guy loves harp. this and that. He's in Arkansas. Oh fuck. FBI is like on her way.
Right, just DM us the info.
Yeah.
They wanted just you.
No, with a Mariachi.
Oh, but you to go on harp.
Yeah, they want.
Oh, okay.
Like he just loves harp, and it's like he just wants it. He's like, te va a pagar bien, this and that. Te va a pagar bien because he's a narco. And I'm like,
oh, they straight up told you.
Pinche madre. I'm like, dude, I'm 17. You know, like
I'll do it.
I was like, no me deja mi mamá.
Send me the Addy. No, I mean that's pretty crazy. They'll tell you straight up.
Yeah, I mean, I guess me hicieron el paro, you know, they're like, this is what you're getting into, just letting you know.
Yeah.
Because sometimes, like, when un narco se pica, or when someone with that kind of power, like, se pica, you know.
What do you mean pica?
Like they get into it, or into you.
They get into you?
Not into you,
I'm
but,
like, what are you talking about here, bro?
But, like, they like you, you know.
Okay.
Or, like, they like the group. You know? Like,
no
te dejan ir, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
They're like, no, and then you're going to play for me 12 hours, you know. And they've... I've heard stories of that, you know, like sometimes they go for like 6 hours and they're like, I mean, they're not assholes about it, but they're like, hey, just stay here and like we have like beds for you, or like you can eat whatever you want and like you can like play the next day or something. I
was gonna use the word like passive aggressive, but it's more like
that too. Like if you're
aggressively nice, you know what I mean? They're like, no, like they're having a great time, but they don't realize that you're like scared.
Yeah.
You're like temblando and shit.
Yeah.
They're like, ¿qué tienes, güey? And I'm like, oh, tengo frío.
It's like, estás culo, like,
Lo sacan perico. They're like,
bro,
I'm like, oh shit,
on
fuck.
the table.
Yeah,
I mean, I've heard people that play, and sometimes it goes well, sometimes it goes bad.
Exactly. Like, yeah, you'll probably end up getting out of there, you know, like alive. They probably won't kill you.
I mean, te van a pagar bien, you know.
Te van a pagar, but vas a estar either en chinga. They might not want you to leave. Yeah. You know, it's just a lot that can happen, or a lot that can go wrong.
And if your dumbass is necio too, like you could end up disappearing.
Yeah, you know what I mean. It's just a sticky situation. You know what I mean. So you got to be careful. But hey, man, like, well, it looks like since you wrote this question, it means or this confession that you're alive. So we're glad. We're glad you're okay and you got out of there. You know,
like good survivor skills.
Yeah, good survivor. Man versus wild. No, but good thing you came out and you're good.
Yeah. Don't go back.
This is the last one, which they wrote very long, so it's in multiple parts. So I'm just gonna try my best to read it all. The Anonymous, they said, but when I first started gigging, I was about 15, and some charros called me to a gig in the. I probably shouldn't say the place.
Right.
Yeah. They just called me to a gig. Right. I was just starting, so I'm new to all this. My parents took me. Which, yeah, you don't think about when you're young. Maybe your parents had to take you, or you need a ride. You don't drive yet. Yeah. So my parents took me, and it was like a 2-hour gig. So they were waiting outside in the car. The gig ends, and I tell the guys I gotta use the bathroom. I do my business and come back, and literally no one is there. They had left me. You know, they didn't pay me either. So I call the guy that called me for the gig, and I tell him. He tells me he'll call the jefe of the group, and he does. The guy gets back to me and tells me I have to go all the way to the group's other gig to get my money. Shit. Mind you, the other gig was in another city. So, I mean, I go all the way over there, and they still have me waiting outside for another hour, even though they had already seen me waiting outside. Anyways, the jefe of the group comes out and pays me, and I was like, okay. We fast forward to now, and I've gotten work with him a couple times. Found out he's a real asshole, marro, and pervert. The end. Wow. A lot happened that day for sure. But I think it kind of goes back to what we've said on here before. If it smells fishy, looks fishy, it probably is, man. Like, some people will take advantage of you as a mariachi. Like, they know you're young. They'll use anybody to come out there and play a gig. Yeah. And some people have no sympathy, man. Like, imagine playing 2 hours and then they leave you, bro. Like, yeah. They leave you there and then they didn't even pay you. It's like that day that I was talking about that last time with that guy. Like, he didn't want to pay me. Like, he was going to pay me, but he was looking for any way not to.
Yeah.
And people just take advantage of that fact, man. Like, that you're young, that you don't know anything. They might even pay you less because you don't know as much. And all of that is just bull, dude. It's bullshit. I mean, you're out there just like them at a gig for 2 hours, doing your best to play. So, like, I mean, what do you think? What would you do in that situation?
What would I do in that situation? I mean, I've never been in that, like that, that you straight up leave you.
Mm-hmm.
But you just gotta get your money, man,
Yeah, that's
Para
true.
empezar, and then just not get with them again.
But apparently they're gigging with them a couple times after. Well, that's the thing, too. You might be in a rough situation. You need work. You're going to get work wherever you want, or wherever you need to, right? Donde salga, sometimes donde salga.
And I mean, usually they're already like once you play in a group, you kind of know all the como el chisme, I guess, You already know who's good and who's bad,
Sometimes you even know that going into the group. You'll be like, you'll tell someone, "Oh, I'm gonna gig with so and so," and they'll be like, "Oh,
¿Qué crees?" Yeah.
And if it's already like that, like you're like, "Ah, shit,"
Yeah.
Unless and it can be the other way around. You're like, "Oh, I'm gonna play with so and so." Like when they say with Allende, you're like, "Aha." No, but when they're like, when we play with so and so, they'll be like, "Oh, they're actually pretty cool." Like they'll straight up tell you like right then and there.
They're like, "Me la saludas."
Yeah, me la saludas. But when it's already like, "Oh, you're playing with so and so," like,
rough.
Hey, just be careful or whatever, right? That's already a sus situation. It's like a job that hires you on the spot. It's like,
oh yeah, it's always bad.
Yeah, like, can you start today? Like, what's wrong? What happened to the last guy? Oh, he got murdered, but there's no biggie.
Yeah.
But there's no biggie.
Come on, no pasa nada.
But yeah, I mean, for that, I would just say be careful. I mean, like I said, there's a lot of people that will just take advantage of the situation you're in, whether it be money, your age, how much you know. There's a lot that those guys can capitalize on. So I would just say watch out for those kinds of cats, and do your best to look for your jobs accordingly. Like I said, like ask about them beforehand. Make sure you ask the rate, how much they're supposed to pay, like an hour, because some people don't know when they're starting. I think when we started, we would get paid like $40 an hour, which was like super cheap.
We got 50.
I'm like, what?
When
I first started, I felt like I wasn't getting paid papita. That I was getting paid chingon, but I had never worked before, like so. Like knowing the rate of the group that will help you calculate. Oh, we played 2 hours, so this guy owes me this much, So you just got to do your research sometimes on these kind of people that you play with, and before you get there, and then know what to expect or what you might expect.
Especially if you're younger,
especially if you're younger.
Because you're young, they're gonna prey on you,
Yeah, and then the other issue is too, like she said, or this person said, was that they had their parents at the gig.
Yeah.
So if their parent is at the gig, they're over there waiting for her. That looks bad on to the parents too. They're like, we're not gonna do this again. We're not gonna let you go out and play. And then that person may not be able to play anymore because that first experience that their parents saw was a bad one. Yeah. So then your parents are like, no te voy a dejar ir, and then you're just not going to play anymore. So just research the group you play with, research the people you play with, and just know what you might run into. And that way, hopefully it'll go a little bit smoother and you guys have a better experience so that way you can keep getting work and stuff.
Like learn to fight too. Yeah.
Can he fight?
Yeah.
Right. No, but yeah, that's my suggestion for stuff like that. That was a cool little segment. I like that. That's going to be up every week now. So follow us at CharroBeanspodcast on Instagram. And we should be asking that weekly now. And on Facebook. Oh, I guess this is the end of the episode. Might as well start plugging everything. Yeah, follow us on Facebook. Follow us on Instagram. Subscribe on YouTube.
I was like, what are we playing? My bad.
And it's episode 31.
Yeah, thank you guys for watching.
Buy merch. We still got shirts. We still got hats. Yeah, we have these. Ooh. I'm going to keep those up on the shop. So you guys get yourself some nice shirts. Get yourself some nice hats. And we will see you guys next motherfucking week.
Yeah. Thank you guys for coming. Fuck. Tú me entiendes,
All right, guys. You guys take it easy. Have a good week. Peace.
Bye. Adiós. Su pinche madre, güey. Está bien coqueado.